Okay, this was sort of quick. It wasn't really long. This lucid dream that I had a couple days ago. We'll see what the deal is. I'm gonna do a video. I thought about doing a video many weeks ago about the Queen of England, but I haven't done that video yet. And then a friend was over a couple days ago, and I pointed up at the picture of the Queen of England in the English money or whatever, and I said she was an alien, you know, interdimensional alien or whatever. And so the aliens took that and mocked me and created a lucid dream for me. It's not like they weren't trying to confirm that I'm right or anything. It's just that they like to mock. And I don't know, reptilian could have gave me this lucid dream. It was either gray or reptilian. But a lot of times when there's let's see, I'm trying to think. I don't know, it very well could have been a reptilian, because lots of times they don't put sexual things in them. But they do kind of do honorary things with purses and wallets. Like they'll make me steal a wallet and then I'll go hide or whatever. Or somebody will steal my wallet, or I'll misplace it and can't find it. And shit like that. I hate when they do that. But they haven't done that in a while in my experiences until just a couple days ago. But okay, but I'm going to do another video about the Queen of England, because you should see all these body doubles. And the same body double that she used for that Princess Diana ordeal back in 1997 or whatever, that's the same body double that they used back in 2013 or 2014. That's the same person, 20 years aged. It's the same body double, and it's definitely not her. And then there's many other videos where it's obvious it's not the Queen of England. So I do believe she's an interdimensional alien. And the only other person I heard say that was David Icke. Made a comment about that too, long time ago. 2012. Yeah, I think it was 2012 in one of his lectures. And I think at the time I kind of thought it was, I don't know, I think I thought it was far-fetched at the time. I don't know. I can't remember what I thought. But yeah, I don't think I really believed it at the time when he made that comment, but now I do. But anyway, okay, so this experience, it started off, it's like I was in a church, you know, auditorium, but it was kind of small. There's a bunch of other people sitting around the chairs, and I can't really, the people weren't familiar to me, the people standing around, or I mean sitting around in the chairs and stuff. And at one point, though, it was kind of like I was in a school classroom, like in elementary school. But this, at first, it started off like I was in, you know, some kind of church auditorium or something. But that maybe looked more like a big classroom or something. And so over to my left, so I already had thoughts, like I already knew that I was about to see the Queen of England, and I already knew that, you know, she wasn't really, you know, human, and that she couldn't really hold her physical form for long. So then, so finally I knew she was gonna like come out wherever, you know, the room or whatever, and present whatever, you know. And so she walked by me, you know, over to the left, like about 7 feet away. She walked, you know, past me, and then there was a bunch of other people behind her, like 5 or 6 people behind her, walking behind her. And then, and like I say, I saw her for like 4 or 5 seconds, and then boom, she disappeared, which I wasn't surprised, because I already knew she couldn't hold her physical form. And so then it's like for whatever reason, I knew that there was a bunch of other Queen of England body doubles. Because she couldn't hold her form for long, they had to have all these other body doubles, you know, prepared to take her place, to do the presentation or whatever. And so anyway, so I got up and I remember like going, you know, like going over to the right, going back behind in the back, you know, of the auditorium. And there was like a pile of, this is kind of weird, but there was a pile of like knickknacks on the floor. Like keychains, and like there was some like knickknack turtles and keychains, like a big pile. And now that I think about it, maybe it was kind of like donations or something, you know, like people normally donate money, but maybe it was like donations where people were donating knickknacks or something. And I remember going over there and like hurrying up and trying to steal some of the knickknacks. Like turtles, the knick-knack turtles and keychains and shit like that. It was a pretty big pile. And so anyway, like I say, this wasn't like the best lucid dream that I've had. But, so yeah, so that was one part of it. And then it's like I went back into, no, this time though, it was more like a classroom, but specifically an elementary school classroom. Like they were trying to mock 6th grade when I used to be in the 6th grade. And, you know, because they like take all these bits and pieces from your brain and create this, you know, these lucid dreams and stuff. And so anyway, so at that point I kind of felt like I was back in like a school classroom, like 6th grade school classroom. And I was sitting there, the Queen of England wasn't anywhere to be around, and I don't remember seeing a teacher or anything, but I was sitting in the back to the right, and for whatever reason, the aliens put this real bull-dyke woman in the scenario, and she was to the left of me, and she was that woman out of that show Wentworth, the real butchy one. What was her name? Juicy Lucy. But it's kind of funny how they put her in my experience, and that's her right here. But her character is nothing like what she is in real life. See, that's her right there. But that's nothing like the character she played. Yeah, so she was sitting there, and she had a purse sitting there, and she was like, "You better not steal my purse." And I was like, now, but in the scenario, you know, she wasn't real mean like her character. She wasn't like real mean, but she wasn't feminine looking like that either. Not too feminine looking, but she wasn't real mean like she is in that character of Wentworth. And I just recently saw that Wentworth show, all 5 episodes or whatever. I mean seasons, which there was 12 episodes per season. So that was a lot to watch. But anyway, they stuck her in my lucid dream, and she's like, "You better not steal my purse." And I was like, "I'm not." And then in the meantime, I'm like, "Okay, where the hell is my purse?" And so I walked several rows up, and there was my black purse, you know, over to on a table to the right. And like I say, this was totally like a 6th grade school classroom, and I know they've duplicated this exact same scenario before in some of my other lucid dreams 30-40 years ago, because that rings a bell, where they've stuck me in a classroom and my purse. Yeah, they've duplicated this before. They do duplicate things over and over again, little bits and pieces. And yeah, because they've stuck, but this would have been many beyond 20 years ago. They stuck me in a 6th grade classroom before, where I was sitting there and there were students around, and I can't remember if there was a purse in the scenario, but yeah, I mean, freaking, I remember shit, well, basically from age, virtual reality experiences from age 7 on up. So anyway, so in the meantime, I was like, where the heck is my purse? So anyway, I found it up there, you know, when I walked up because I accidentally left it on an empty table several rows up or whatever. Okay, so then the last part it's like, okay, I walked back around, like, behind the classroom, went over to the left, like, of this, I don't know what building I was in. It just seemed like a big old semi-church, semi-school or something. Oh, and I was walking over, back behind the classroom and everything, and then over to the left, and then straight ahead, and then at that point, it's like I was in hallways, but pretty big hallways, thick hallways. I mean, wide hallways. And then there was like 2 to 3 body doubles of the Queen of England, about to take her place, because she had already appeared and disappeared. She had already walked by me during the first part of the lucid dream, and then she disappeared. So then they had to have all these other body doubles take her place, for the presentation or whatever she was going to do or whatever. She was going to speak or something. And so then I was walking along, and there was 3 to 4 body doubles ahead of me. And I was looking at one body double, and I'm thinking, that don't even look like her. Because she looked like she was like 54 maybe. And she was kind of more slender, like maybe 5'7", 5'8", no, maybe 5'8". But her hair was like longish, kind of wavy, curlyish, but it was kind of reddish. Which that looks nothing like the Queen of England, because Queen of England isn't 54, and she doesn't have long, curly, reddish hair. And I was just thinking, in my head, like, that don't even look like her. So anyway, it's kind of funny, because the aliens, they prey on all your thoughts and everything, and they already know that I've been looking at all these videos, and how some of these body doubles don't even look like her. And they already know that I think she's an interdimensional alien. So they're just mocking what I already think. But too, sometimes what the aliens do, and I think this was a gray being that was in my doorway, my bathroom doorway one time. And I was off that day, and he started messing with me like, it was like 11 a.m. And he kept programming me. He kept direct tampering with me, my brain, and kept making me go on to lucid dream after lucid dream after lucid dream. But these were more virtual reality lucid dreams. Just bam. This was more of just lucid dream, not virtual reality lucid dream. And two, and I even, there was one part of a specific virtual reality lucid dream that he was programming me, to dream, so to speak. And because I kept hearing him stand in the doorway, in the bathroom doorway. And I can't remember how, I don't know if he woke me up on purpose, this gray bean. But anyway, I was like floating down in a bunch of water in a flooded street. And there was cars going by me, and I'm thinking, damn, these cars are going to hit me and kill me. These fucking 3,000-pound cars or whatever. And I had just walked out of like an apartment building. But anyway, I can't remember, that was before I was doing videos and stuff, and I can't remember how I got jarred awake. And then I went back to sleep and just continued on with the exact same virtual reality lucid dream. And that's not the first time that's happened. So yeah, if they program it like that, then yeah, you're going to continue on with it. But yeah, in the past, when I was younger, of course, lots of times, I'd have dreams or whatever, and then just a good dream, and then you would stay, you would get woke up, and then you would try to go back to sleep, but then there's no way you carried on with that same dream. But no, I mean, that's happened before, but that's just because it wasn't programmed like that. But I'm saying, several times in the past few years that yes, if they program it like that, it doesn't matter if you wake up for a few seconds and then when you go back, to sleep, you're going to go back and continue that exact same lucid dream, because that's happened before. But I just remember before I knew the aliens and stuff, I just remember lots of times I'd have a good dream, and then somebody would wake me up or whatever, and then I'd wish, once I went back to sleep, I'd wish I could continue on with it, but I wouldn't. But like I say, that's just because if it's just somehow not programmed like that, then you can't do it like that. But if they sit there directly tampering with you, like this Gray was doing, you know, and if they program it like that, then yeah, you're just going to continue on. It's so weird. And other people have said that too. Other people have said that that's happened too, that they woke up, went back to sleep, and continued on with the dream. So yeah, you can do that. But yeah, he was directly tampering with my brain and my implant and stuff at that time. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, because I mean, there was like all sorts of weird malfunctions in my brain and weird noises and stuff, like beep. You know, like between the lucid dreams he was giving me, the virtual reality lucid dreams, and yeah, it was weird. And then another lucid dream on the same, you know, the same morning, it was like this computer generated voice. Like he was giving my freaking brain and implant commands. And I heard this woman in a computer voice, or a computer robot female voice, like say, "No." And I'm like, what the fuck? You know, and then I started dreaming like another virtual reality lucid dream. It's so weird. But yeah, I know it was a Gray because it seemed more like a Gray and than a reptilian, and I kept hearing him standing there in the damn doorway, you know, making noises in the floorboard and stuff. Like you could, you know, hear them standing there because, you know, like there's always an entity in my house, you know, in the kitchen. I'm always hearing noises in the kitchen and shit. And it seems like if I'm watching something pertaining to aliens and stuff, it seems like they really like that. They'll even try to make more noises. If you're watching some weird show about aliens or paranormal stuff or something like that. But anyway, I thought there was something else I was gonna say. Well, I can't remember, but yeah, that's just, I'm sure a lot of people are on the dream program, but that's the program I'm on. Out-of-body experience, virtual reality, lucid dream program. And I still gotta do a video about all the differences. But thanks for listening. Like I say, this wasn't like the best lucid dream I had or anything. Oh yeah, and this morning, man, Joel gave me some sex this morning, but I'll have to do a video about that, like how they tamper with you sexually, but it may be kind of hard to explain. I don't know. But that'll be a separate video. Thanks for listening. Well, I asked for an out-of-body experience, but he gave me sex instead.